Years ago, I was traveling around the world, and I came across this ancient ruin in the middle of nowhere. And I thought to myself, wow, look at how advanced these people were. They built this huge pyramid in the middle of nowhere with no technology, with no vehicles, with no electricity, with no modern tools. How did they do it? And then I realized something very profound. It's not what you think. Because I know we all complain about how difficult our lives are today. You know, things are so hard today. Everything is so challenging. But Buck, then their lives were also very challenging. In fact, I would argue that their lives were much more challenging than ours. They didn't have any of the conveniences that we have today. They didn't have running water. They didn't have indoor plumbing. They didn't have air conditioning or heating. They didn't have cars to zoom around. They didn't have planes to fly around in. They didn't have antibiotics. So if you got sick, you probably died. They didn't have vaccines. So what made them different? What allowed them to accomplish such an incredible feat? And the answer that I came up with after thinking about it for a while was that these people had something that we do not have enough of today, and that is real freedom. You see, today we're faced with many problems. But because we have all these tools and all this technology, it actually makes our lives easier. Back then, they didn't have all those things, but they were free. They were free to explore and discover and learn and experiment without all the rules and regulations that we have today. We're kind of like caged animals. They didn't have that. They were truly free. So if we want to accomplish big goals, and if we want to live a life that has meaning and purpose, we need to focus on one thing, and that is getting real freedom. So here are some questions for you to think about. Are you living a life by design, or are you living a life by default? Are you free to do whatever you want to do, or do you feel like there are a million invisible chains holding you down? Are you free to explore your potential, or are you just going to work for the man and do what you were told to do? Think about these questions and write down the answers in the comments below. And here's the deal. If you're not free, if you're not living the life that you want to live, it's not because the world is difficult. The world is only as difficult as you think it is. If you think it's easy, it will be easy. If you think it's hard, it will be hard. It's all in your mind. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to take a piece of paper and I want you to write down the word freedom. And I want you to put it somewhere where you can see it every day. And I want you to make a commitment to yourself that you're really going to do whatever it takes to get real freedom, to explore your potential, to live the life that you want to live. Make the decision today that you're not going to be a slave to the system anymore. You're not going to be a mindless drone. You're going to be So write down the word freedom and make it happen.